heir to a piece of history, headman of Wardenclave. I want it. Mikoto trailed off with a shrug. His plans for the summer had been twofold: impress the instructor and impress the girl. The former was supposed to lead to the latter, so losing the first meant losing everything, unless he could come up with another plan. Yulin said, "You were looking forward to this summer." He would know. He'd probably handled the arrangements. Mikoto said, "I am selfish." "No, brave noble. You are merely young." Yulin stepped closer. "Your progenitor was young once, too. He understood." When it came to father, young was impossible to visualize. He'd been 65 and already silver the year Mikoto was born. But understanding? Yes, Gabe Reaver had known what was important to his son because they talked. Not at great length, but always honest. Bedrock stuff. "He knew what you needed." Yulin's fingers caught the hem of Mikoto's tunic. "You trusted him with your hopes, and he, in his turn, entrusted them to me." Mikoto finally looked at the person who represented everything he'd lost and everything that would be required of him. Like all dimity-blessed moths, Yulin was short and slight, with hair mottled in a powdery range of creams and browns. The patterns were reminiscent of the clan's night-flying counterparts, a whole family in camouflage. Yulin was a lot of things: quiet, efficient, pleasant, and darned near omnipresent. But what threw Mikoto straight out of his peevish mood was a pair of large, putty-colored eyes, because Yulin was close to tears. Was it his fault? Or did Yulin have the same excuse he'd offered? "You are grieving." Mikoto blinked hard. He hadn't cried once since they'd found father. Couldn't. Wouldn't. He left that to his mother and his sisters, his half-sisters and his nieces, not because they were girls, but because Mikoto was himself. Expressing wasn't his forte. He tried to think what to do, but his emotional vocabulary, if you could call it that, was limited to vague hums, sympathetic grunts, and the occasional shoulder clap. His father had been so much better at connecting with people, knowing what to say, being in charge. Resorting to a half-hearted pat, Mikoto mumbled, "You okay?" "Time takes its toll, but it offers a way forward." Yulin whisked away a tear. "I dare say I will be okay, with your help, noble son." Mikoto was used to Yulin finding new ways to tack noble onto his name. It was a mothish joke, playing off the kanji for Mikoto's given name, which was written with characters that implied nobility, lordship, and even divinity. Today, the endearment felt more like a taunt. Mikoto hadn't asked for status or its obligations. Yet they were his. So he asked, "What can I do?" "Work with me." Mikoto cast one last, longing look at the slope where, even now, battlers might be learning new skills. "I know my duty." Yulin's laugh was like rustling leaves, and his light touch was a plea. "The heads of the clans acknowledge your succession. Wardenclave is in your care." His words carried weight, as if this morning, this very moment, marked Mikoto's induction. "However, it has been suggested that your years are insufficient compared to the full scope of the responsibilities that are your inheritance." "I am not ready." It was an honest relief to hear someone else say it. Yulin's gaze softened. "That is why you have been made an apprentice." Mikoto longed for an outlet for all the tension that was building. "Whose?" "Wardenclave's." 2. 5 Mentors. Across all classifications, Reavers received training suited to their inherent strengths, usually in classrooms or in summer courses like those offered at Wardenclave. Group training. But an exceptional young Reaver might be tapped for apprenticeship, either by a senior within the same specialty or by an amaranthine mentor. Selection was an unparalleled honor that opened many doors.